Hello and welcome to Boulder, Colorado. I'm Cyrus Allen here with Alec Russos and Nick Burns here for a big lacrosse game. Colorado Buffaloes are taking on Chapman, number 10th ranked in the nation right now. For those of you wondering, we did have to move to the indoor practice facility because there is a fire in Boulder right now. So because of that, we are not playing at Kittredge Field. The field might look different to you on the live stream because we are at our brand new indoor practice facility. Everyone had to move over. The game has been moved a little bit later as well, but everyone did a lot of good work to get over here and move over here. And now we have the game coming at you live.
Yeah,
guys,
we just had a great women's lacrosse game. Colorado beat Oregon in that D1 game. This is going to be another great showdown. Really just a great day of lacrosse.
Great day of lacrosse.
Tell you what, fellas, I was looking forward to getting my suntan on, but gorgeous facilities. Looking forward to a great matchup here today.
Absolutely.
Okay, guys, so Chapman's ranked 10th right now. Colorado's on a bit of a run. They've been playing well. Who do you guys got in this game, and what are some of the keys going forward?
I'll start. I mean,
Go, Alec.
obviously Chapman's offense has always been their driver. Last year they obviously ran the table, went undefeated in the MCLA, winning the national championship. And they've been driven by their offense for years. So for Colorado, it's going to be on defense to try to hold their own. Colorado's also a bit of an offensive firepower, but this game could quickly turn into a shootout. So Mike, it may come down to whoever has the ball last.
Great point with the shootout there, Al. The thing that I want to keep my eye on is Colorado's transition defense. Let's see how the poles hold up, how they communicate. This Chapman team loves to run and gun.
Should be a great game here at the indoor practice facility. We got a big crowd on hand to watch this game. It's going to be a loud one, and the sound does echo a little bit more inside. We have a great game coming up for you. The defending champs are in town. Thanks for tuning in. Hope everyone made it over when the time switched, or those of you who are at Kitt Field now looking where the game is, come on over to the IPF. Got a bit of a fight here on the first face-off. Ground ball action already, and Chapman does manage to come away with it first, and they're going to look to come quickly at Colorado. Shot coming, and an amazing quick goal against Makarov. Makarov, he comes right at you 2 seconds in. What happened there, guys?
Early decision by the Buffs to not slide away from the faceoff guy. They're going to make sure that if it's in his stick, they want him taking the shot. Goes to show you that the Buffs defense considers the Chapman attackmen lethal scorers. We'll see if that strategy holds true, if they're going to switch that up, because they can't give up dunks like that all night.
Yeah, we'll see what they do on this faceoff. It looks like that Broderick for Colorado had that one, but he got tied up there. Chapman popped it out, and like you said, Nick, that Colorado defense was afraid to slide away from their attackmen. We'll see how that continues all night.
So the perfect start for Chapman if you're going for them. 15 seconds in, already a goal. Ball still on the ground, but it looks like Colorado should come up with it. Bit of a collision. Well, that's going to be a foul. Going Colorado's way, though. So Colorado getting a chance to now go forward, get one of their own early on this game. John Roach is going to give it up to Jake Gonzalez at the top. Gonzalez over to Ben Wharton. Wharton, Gonzalez, and McElvaney, a three-headed monster for Colorado. Look to have one of them come in early as McElvaney now gets the ball. Quick shot coming in from Colorado. It's a big shot by Jay Snell. That one looked like Snell saw that Chapman came down and scored. He wanted to put one right back as quickly as possible.
Yeah, it looks like he was a defensive mid on the offense there. Saw a little bit of daylight, took a shot. A little bit of a low angle, not a great opportunity, but Buffs back it up.
This is our first look at a settled possession, gentlemen. Let's see how the Buffs kind of get in, get their eyes working in this indoor practice facility. They seem to be moving the ball well.
The turf is a little bit different in here than it is out on Kittredge Field. We'll see how that affects the game at all, if it does at all for these players. Roach coming around, trying to get one-on-one, beat someone. Good defense from Chapman. Roach will look to reset up to McElvaney and then to Gonzalez. Gonzalez coming to the right side, going to look to beat one. He'll send it back to behind the cage for John Roach. Roach, great pass in. McElvaney with the great goal. Ben Wharton, rather. And that's how it's done, coming back for Colorado Buffaloes.
Yeah, that was a drawn-up play there. He didn't even look. He knew that cut was going to be there. Ben Wharton coming across the crease. It looked like it was a high pick that ended up sending him there for the pick. Ben Wharton cuts down low. Johnny Roach, no look, bangs it across, sticks it high. What a play.
Great goal. That's a good piece of lacrosse by the Buffs. Interesting, great recognition by Jake Gonzalez, seeing that he has the pull, recognizing that he's going to give it up to his other playmakers, getting those hot passes, and the Buffs cashing it in for a score.
Yeah, it's funny you mentioned that. It'll be interesting to see who they pull all game. They have Jake Gonzalez, Colin McIlvaney, both on that first midi line. It's really pick your poison. Both of those can have 10 points today if they wanted.
Absolutely, Alec.
So a perfect answer for Colorado, and now they get the face-off win too. What a good stick check there. Chapman takes it right back. Ball still on the ground. Big hit there. McIlvaney gets a big hit and takes that ball away. Quadric Vitale getting a little work in. Roach will now reset. Colorado after losing that first face-off, now 2 for 2. Colorado working it around, getting in a new set, trying to get their offense rolling. Scores 1-1 here, Colorado. Shot coming. That'll stick with Colorado.
Looks like Colorado's going to go with short midi shifts here. They had their twos on for about 45 seconds, and now the third line's back on. Looks like Coach John Gavin's going to want to try to run through a lot of people in this game.
Colorado still working around Roach, that man behind the net, trying to find a cutter in. McIlvaney looked like he might have had a chance. Roach didn't see him.
Buffs doing a good job of being active off ball. They've had cutters streaking through the middle. Don't be surprised to see them find looks inside.
Exactly what you want to see from off-ball movement from your players. High intensity. Colorado's so good at running around. They'll run around all day if you let them. Shot coming. Goalie has good angle. Can't go near side there.
Coach Galvin's not going to be happy with that shot selection now.
Yeah, no, the Chapman defender did a great job of shading him down and pushing him into a bad angle. And unfortunately, the Colorado midfielder ended up taking a bad shot. The goalie ate that up.
Another turnover for Colorado. McIlvaney, Ben Wharton rather is going to have a free shot. Ben Wharton gets a one-on-one with the goalie and manages to score off of a turnover from Chapman.
Yeah, that's huge. You play in between their straining lines. If Colorado can win those battles, they're going to end up winning this game.
Chapman had possession twice in that sequence, guys, and failed to get the ball over the midline. An aggressive Colorado ride translates into Buffs for the goals.
Colorado doing a good job. Colorado doing a great job of putting on some pressure. So besides that opening face-off and the quick goal, Colorado has dominated since then, now up 2-1. 11 minutes and 30 seconds left in this first quarter. Colorado doing everything it needs to get back in the game. And now winning. So after the perfect start from Chapman, now Colorado roaring back. 2 goals from Ben Wharton. Ball's on the ground. Chapman does finally win the ball. They're going to look to go forward. Finally getting a chance to get set into their offense. Chapman moving forward. We'll see it. Ooh, a little ankle breaker there. And that one's not even going to go close. So a good move by Dylan Garner. Gets a Colorado player down, but tries to do a little too much.
It just goes to show this Chapman offense, they're going to take every opportunity they get, they're going to go to goal. I don't even know if they got their first line middies onto the field before the guy made a move at X and tried to make a shot.
Gonzalez will now get this one going forward, across the timeline. Gonzalez might try to do this himself. He goes to the near side, ends up going a little bit behind the cage, and he'll relax, look to reset. McIlvaney now at the top, getting all the way over to Hart-Wise.
Don't be surprised, yeah. Don't be surprised to see Jake try to get this ball back. Gonzalez, the talented midfielder, with a chance to dodge on a shorty.
Okay, low shot and a goal. There you see Ryan Russell coming in from the far side, doing it himself and getting a goal.
Yeah, when you come from that substitution box, you got a full speed. he didn't slow down. Once he came to that substitution box, he caught the ball, dodged down the alley in a perfect placement, bounced the ball at the front of the crease, ended up sticking it top right.
So hard to run with the midi with a full head of steam when you're flat-footed, Alec. Not much you can do. A great downhill dodge by the Buffs.
All you can do is defensively is try to force him down the alley. It was just an unbelievable shot by the Colorado midfielder.
Chapman's going to be forced to take a timeout there as Colorado goes up 3-1. 10 minutes left in this first quarter. We're going to take a quick break. Have all the action coming back at you. Okay, we're back here at the indoor practice facility. Colorado coming out to a big lead, or at least against Chapman. It's a big lead when you're up 3-1. 5 minutes in, Colorado doing everything they need to after a poor start, scoring 3 unanswered. What does Chapman have to do, guys, to get back into this game before Colorado starts to put it out?
Cyrus, what we haven't seen from Chapman thus far is a real settled possession. The goal they have scored came off an early face-off transition, and as soon as they had a chance to settle in, granted their attackman had a great move, had a good look, but lost possession on the shot. Look for these guys to really settle in, to run their plays, and to try to get something working instead of playing run and gun.
Hard to play run and gun with this Colorado team. So quick to counter and run with you. They'll run with the best of them. Great face-off win there for Colorado. That was Broderick Vitale. Huge win. Now Colorado will get their subs in. Roach on this near side. Go all the way back across to Jake Gonzalez. Gonzalez is going to go left. Looks for a shot, but gets a little stick check right before he can. Despite the double team, Colorado still comes away with the ball. They'll get McElvaney back in, who's going to run up a point here. McElvaney, if he beats one, he'll take a shot. That one got a little away from him. But McElvaney, if he has a chance, he can beat one and get a shot off from any angle.
Yeah, McElvaney gets his hands free on a shot like that. 9 times out of 10, he's going to stick it.
Like you said, Nick, Colorado doing a good job of getting into their offense, relaxing, getting the passing around, something we haven't seen from Chapman yet. Big part of why Colorado has had these good shots and winning right now. Here comes McElvaney, who's so good on his left. He was looking for it. Here comes the left shot and a good save.
I'll tell you what, Cyrus. The Colorado Buffalo is doing a great job running to pass and catch. These guys are flying around. They're putting a ton of pressure on the defense, making them whip their head around. Everyone's flying. Good-looking offense.
Yeah, I think they're really feeding off the energy from this crowd.
Huge crowd out here, as there always is, but against Chapman, everyone really tries to come out. That save on McElvaney was a good save by David Aguilar. Roach going into the middle, doing a little spin move, trying to find someone, gets hit late. But a good shot coming, and there's a goal. Roach finds McElvaney.
Yeah, no, he had his hands free. Like I said, he gets those hands free, he's going to stick it. He had time, room, bullseye.
How about Johnny Roach getting in on his defender? Not the biggest guy in the world, lowers that shoulder, starts driving, gets some space, and finds his teammate for a beautiful low-to-high ripper.
Great ball movement, a long possession by Colorado, too. They had that ball forever. It was only a matter of time. You give them that much time, they're going to score eventually. Colorado now up 4-1. Ball still on the ground. A lot of movement going around, fighting for it still. Chapman looks like they're going to get pushed out of bounds. They do, Colorado. So big scrum. Colorado comes away with it.
Nice physical play by the Buffs on the sideline. Great job. Hitting with the shoulders, causing the turnover.
Now Colorado once again getting a chance to get in their offense. Chapman hasn't crossed the halfway line in maybe 6 or 7 minutes. This is exactly what you want if you're John Galvin. The perfect start to this game. Galvin, I will say this, he works for CU, And he has had quite the day having to deal with the move for the women's game. As a shot comes, that one's going to come off the post. But Galvin working all day to move the Pac-12 women's lacrosse game into the indoor facility. I haven't even had a chance to talk to him today. As a big hit comes there, and that's going to be a foul. Man up. Kind of a bad decision there.
Initially I actually thought it was a clean hit, but it looks like he turned his back, and 32 for Chapman got hit square in the back. So if you're the ref, you really have no choice to throw it there.
Just too much time now. The Chapman player saw the hit coming, was able to turn his back around, draw the flag. As a buff, I know you want to make that play, have a physical hit for your teammates. You got to break down, play style defense. As soon as you see the back of those numbers, you're going to put your team in a bad spot.
Man of opportunity, but now you might even say that might pump your team up. You get a big hit. Penn Lucan's the master at that. If you need a hit, look to Penn Lucan's. So now Chapman finally has a free chance at finally getting over. Maybe the only way they're able to. They'll set into their offense. Quickly look to pass it around. Big possession for Chapman. On the man up. You're going to need to counter and have something work for him and get back in this game. There's a shot. A good block, though.
Yeah, great check there by Colorado defender. That looked like it was going to go high, and that stick check might have sent it just over the net.
Blake Salmon getting a good touch right off of the shot, not giving Chapman anything to go. Still a man up. Chapman taking their time, moving around, trying to get a free shot. Movement so important for these man-down positions if you're Colorado. Good handle for Chapman there. Almost lost the ball. Chapman might get in here. They're going to beat one, take a shot, but a great save from Makarov. Another shot coming, and Makarov can't handle that one.
Yeah, that was a great initial save by Makarov. The rebound just ended up going to the ex-attackman here for Chapman, and he ended up burying a 5-hole coming up under the top. I was really impressed with the ball movement by Chapman on that man up. If you're Colorado, you're going to have to stay out of the box, and this Chapman's going to convert a lot of those opportunities, Nick.
Tough break for the Buffs. Never easy for a goalie to reset, find a rebound. Good interior defense on that man down, though. Chapman was consistently looking for inside looks, having an active crease attackman. Buffs do a good job denying, trying to force the outside shots. Overall, not a poor defensive stand, just got a break that didn't go the Buffs' way.
Now back at even strength, a big possession for Chapman. Their 2 goals so far on a breakaway off the faceoff and a man-up possession. If you're Colorado, you're up 4-2. So far, you got to like what your defense is doing. This faceoff is going to go to Chapman. So now they're going to have back-to-back possessions. If they manage to get it over, they've had some trouble with the high pressure from Colorado. As Carter Escada tries to get a little pressure, Chapman will clear. And now have a one-on-one coming on the right side against Makarov, and that'll be a goal.
Nick, earlier in the game, you talked about Colorado's transition defense there. It was non-existent.
And that's exactly what I'm talking about now. That's the Panthers just taking advantage of a chaotic situation, having your heads up as an offensive player, and finding a wide-open Panther streaking on the backside for an easy goal.
The high pressure, you live and die by it. If you pressure too much, Panthers so good. Finding an open man running down the field, just like what happened there.
I have a feeling we're going to be having a lot of face-offs in this game.
Oh, yeah, probably. A lot of scoring.
I think that's a safe thing to say. If you're CU, Al, and Cyrus, guys, just tell you guys to get in. You're playing great defense. 6-on-6, the Panthers haven't done anything.
Yeah, to be honest, I don't know if they had a settled 6-on-6 possession yet. So you got to be happy with your defense so far.
Colorado lead now down to 1, up 4-3. Another turnover. Chapman coming at CU now. This might be the first time that we see a full squad Chapman against CU's defense. See if they can get anything going here.
That's incredible you say that. We have 6 minutes left in the first quarter, and this is the first settled possession Chapman has had on offense.
Can certainly tell possession's a point of emphasis for Chapman right now. Taking their time to get everyone a few touches before having Jenkins as the initiator.
Gonna go in. That one's gonna go wide. Makarov might have gotten a touch. Looked like just the tip of his stick got it.
I'll tell you what, Al, on these Chapman dodges, they are having success getting past Buffalo defenders.
They really are.
Coming late.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Usually Colorado's a pretty early sliding team. They like to initiate that slide early and try to confuse that attacking dodger. But on that, it was just a little late. Let's see if they try to make an adjustment here in the middle of the possession or they wait till the end of the first quarter.
Streaker coming in the middle, and that one's going to go high. So, well, now we see the full-strength Chapman offense doing a pretty good job of getting some shots. Taking their time, too, on this possession. They already have 2 shots. Finding the open looks where they can. Not easy against this Colorado defense. Makarov doing a good job standing in his goal, though. Maintaining this 1-goal lead for Colorado. Coming up the middle, and that's too easy. You have a shorty on a shorty. Simon Jenkins will come in and beat that every time.
Can't let him get topside, Cyrus. Can't let him get topside. You understand when he dodges from the wing, all he's doing is trying to drop you down and set you up to get over, increase his shooting angle every single step he takes. Nice dodge by Jenkins. The Buffs defense unable to keep an active shooter out of the middle.
Yeah, when Jenkins gets a job like that, it's a dodge like that, on the side, you have to force him down the alley. The defensive midfielder there for Colorado did not. He got beat over the top. It's impossible to slide to somebody who's running away from you.
Now we have a tied, scored 4-4. Score tied, rather, 4-4. Colorado was up 4-1. Looking like they were going to dominate, but Chapman has come back strong. Now Colorado gets a chance to move back with Jay Snell. Jay Snell's going to come down, look to beat one, and try to do the same thing. He's going to go for the shot. Can't quite do it. Good save there coming from Aguilar. Another shot coming at Aguilar's way, and he saves that one again. Good stick check. That's great play there. Carter Escueda getting all the way down to the end line and getting the ball right back for Colorado. McElvaney will pick it up at the top, reset. He's going to try to look for a shot, possibly with his left. He'll go all the way around behind to Carter Escueda.
Looks like Chapman is now pulling McElvaney, so Gonzalez has a shorty.
Gonzalez trying to come in himself, standing right on that crease. Can't quite get anything. A good shot by Carter. It goes low. Looks like another save.
There's a great cut across the middle by Escueda. He's just got to catch and finish that.
Escueda gets it now behind the cage. Looking to find something. Will cut near side. Go for a pass in the middle. Great pass! And a great shot by Ben Warden. Ben Warden already has a hat trick today.
He does.
Beautiful low-angle feed. I'll tell you what, the goaltender respects these Colorado attacking because to be so focused on the shooter that you can't get that pass coming right across the crease and let the dunk come in on your back door, I'll tell you what, he's worried about these guys putting the ball past him.
And how could you not? I mean, this Colorado offense is so potent. You have to focus on the dodger. Ben Warden just slipped by his defender there, and a great look by Escueda across his crease. Ends up buried in the goal. His third of the day.
That's what you say. If they're going to go on to McElvaney, then you got to look to Ben Warden and Jay Gonzalez to score, and they can if you need them to. Easily. Colorado now getting back on top 5-4 with 3 minutes and 43 seconds left in this first quarter. Big face-off win there. Colorado comes streaking in. I'm going to reset Jack Polk going at the top there. Jack Polk will go with the shot. A good save. Aguilar sees that the whole way. Aguilar's going to come out of his net. Oh, what a mishandle there. Colorado will pick that one up and take it the other way. Hartwise gets it to Carter Escueda. Hartwise may have had a chance there. Decides to take it back instead, back to Carter. Colorado will make some substitutions, get their offense going. They're going to reset all the way back up top. Hartwise coming in from the right side. Can't handle the pass from Carter. little mishandle there, and the Panthers will take it over. Aguilar back in the goal now. Look to clear.
Buffs jumping in the 10-man ride.
That one goes all the way down. Open goal. Makarov is out of his net. It goes for a goal. A good shot. That one just bounces wide. Colorado gets it, so good play, but a little luck there going for Colorado.
Yeah, absolutely. As a Chapman defense, once you see that 10-man ride, if you have an open shot at the net, you're taught to be able to throw it down there because it's a shot and you can back it up. Great recognition, though, by Makarov to realize the shot was going, ended up beating the Chapman offenseman to the end line to recover the ball for CU.
And as the Buffs, that's almost best case scenario in that 10-man ride is force that long shot, give your tender a chance to get back there or win the ball on the possession, which is what they did.
Take one, Dave.
Colorado now moving it around. They have a free play here, and that one's going to go off the post. Good shot. Aguilar getting a little help from his post there. Now we'll have a man up for Colorado. Chapman already converting on their one man up so far. We'll see if Colorado can do the same thing. Looks like we'll have Hartwise, Jake Gonzalez, Ben Warden, and McElvaney in. Try to get something going. Carter Esqueda, John Roach will be behind the cage working it around. Pretty good squad from Colorado. That's who you want in on your man up.
Look for Roach to get the ball behind and push aside from X, put a ton of pressure on the defense because they know he can score, and to facilitate and dish to one of his guys. Either jam it in the middle or try to get a stretch shooter with a time and room shot.
Oh, the goalie's out. McElvaney says, I'll take that. I don't know what. Goalie trying to do a little too much work there.
Yeah, Aguilar tried to read that pass and try to intercept that pass going to X. McElvaney luckily recognized it early enough, ended up just throwing it in the empty net. That's probably one of the easiest goals he'll ever have in his career.
No doubt about it. Never want to get caught with your hand in the cookie jar. I thought he was.
Yeah, it's a great idea by the Chapman goalie. That ends up working a lot. A lot of these man-up offenses just get in a system, and they just start moving the ball to try to get this defense to move. So it really wasn't a bad thought, but it's one of those ones, it's kind of like an over-the-head check. If you throw it and you get burned, you're hosed.
I love the play out. I'm not afraid of that. I just worry about it situationally.
Right.
If you're Chapman, it's your first time playing man down. Feel it out a little bit. Especially, I understand, at least he did it early in the possession when the Buffs were just worried about working it around.
I'm with you. I don't hate it. Just ended up biting him in the butt.
Got a foul there. Chapman player looking a little shook up there.
The fans don't love that hit, but I tend to agree with the referees on that. It looks like he got him in the head there, a little helmet to helmet. Maybe even got his elbow up a little high. I mean, for a big guy like 42, Jay Snell, that's a little tough. But he knows he's a big guy. He's got to watch for that.
Exactly, Al. If you're a zebra, you got no choice. You start seeing contact in the head or neck area, that's an automatic flag. And for a tall player like that, you just got to understand you got to play within control of your body.
All right, as Colorado scores on their man up to extend their lead 6-4, Chapman comes back with their own. So far, both teams 1 for 1 on the day. Chapman will look to move it around. They did so well in that first man up. They had plenty of time, got a few shots off. Here comes a shot, left-handed. It'll bounce over. Good save from Makarov.
Good job by the Colorado defense getting sticks in the hands of these shooters. Despite being a man down, very active, moving around, getting all their players on one side of the field, and still making contact, not giving up uncontested shots.
Got a big shot coming in there, and that'll be a wide-open man right in front of Makarov's net. Not much you can do there.
Yeah, really, it was just a great sneak from X. When the guy's playing, when you're man up, the guy at X is obviously going to be unguarded. And one of the back defenders, looks like it might have been Penn Lucas, is kind of have a head on a swivel and look for that guy sneaking around one side. Great job by Chapman there to bring the game to 6-5.
a team like Chapman who can hurt you from all over the place. Such a potent offense that is brutal to try to be worried about Dodgers coming north-south and then just get a sneak from behind. That's tough for the Buffs.
Well, we have about 30 seconds left in this first quarter.
Let's see if Chapman can go 2 for 1 here. That's a personal foul, so it's locked in for the full minute. So Colorado remains a man down.
Be huge to go out of this first quarter with a goal up for Colorado, but Chapman looking to coming back, scoring their own goal, tying it up. They're going to come back led by Steve Caressel.
Nice defensive recognition on the substitution by the Buffs to get out there and get some pressure.
Yeah, number 1, Jackson Marlowe. Great recognition there. You're right, Nick.
About 15 seconds left now. Chapman's going to have to move if they want to get a shot. Down to 10, 9, 8. Oh, and a good far side. Thank goodness a miss there for Makarov's goal. We got 4 seconds left. Doubt Chapman will be able to get a goal off here, and he does manage to get a shot.
It'd be interesting to see how much time was remaining on that penalty and whether that was a good shot or Chapman should have held to take possession at the start of the second quarter.
You know, I think that penalty started around the 107, 108 mark, so I think it might have just gotten released right there at the end.
And that would make sense where he took that ripper.
Shot will go low. End of the first quarter here in Boulder, Colorado. Buffalo's leading Chapman 6-5. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back to start off this second quarter. Back here at the indoor practice facility, if you're just tuning in, there was a fire in Boulder, Colorado earlier that has forced the teams to move the women's game and this men's game to move from Kittredge Field over to the indoor practice facility. I hope everyone out where the fire is safe. Glad everyone could make it to tune into this game. We started a little bit later than we thought, but we still have some lacrosse coming at you. Colorado wins the first face-off coming out of the second quarter. Colorado just manages to get it over. They'll set up. Cartesqueda gets it over to Jake Gonzalez on the far side. Gonzalez is going to beat one. Gets a rip there, and that'll be a good save from Vitali.
Yeah, he had a shorty.
Aguilar, rather.
He had a shorty, and he was not stopping. He was screaming down that alley. Great shot by Gonzalez.
I love that take. And as an experienced midfielder, Gonzalez knows if he's going to miss the cage, he's going to miss it wide. Gives his team a chance to back it up. Possession stays with the Buffs.
And as I say that, Chapman pulls. Oh!
Cartesqueda! Big goal.
Yeah, as I was saying that, I was going to mention that Jake Gonzalez got pulled right away. And as I was saying, his skater just came up around, beat his guy up top. Lefty, high to high. Jeez.
Love the take by Esqueda. Not afraid to sit down and rocket that baby up high.
Colorado now extending their lead to 2, up 7-5, right out of the second quarter start. Less than a minute in, Colorado already scoring with a great goal from Cartesqueda. He put that one where Mama hides the cookies.
Up top.
Top shelf. Oh, and a big win again there from Colorado.
They got numbers.
You're going to look to counter. Ben Palitz is going to take it himself. Had numbers. Interesting choice from Palitz there. Colorado still does maintain possession. Skeda will take this one out. Reset for Colorado. Gonzalez will put it over to McElvaney. McElvaney's going to get a left shot. That one's going to go right off the post. Goodness.
And if you're McElvaney and you got that type of gas, you let your freak flag fly.
Go crazy.
I'll take that all day.
That left-handed. McElvaney can go either side. He can shoot from his right or his left. But we had a perfect angle at that, and that looked dangerous. Oh, Jake Gonzalez is going to do it himself. What a great goal. He beats one. The goalie's mad. Vitali is mad at his defense. No one's switching over. You give Jake Gonzalez a one-on-one, he's going to put it away.
Well, the defender actually had a pretty good angle, forcing Jake Gonzalez down the alley, went for the over-the-head check. Gonzalez was able to take a step towards the middle and ended up burying the goal.
Nice job by Jake keeping that stick away from his defender, walking that dog lefty, just in time to switch it back, stick it lower right corner. Great recognition by the senior midfielder.
Colorado now up 3, 8-5. Biggest lead of the night so far, tied at least for the biggest lead of the night. They were up 4-1 at one point. We're going going to get a false start against Colorado. Colorado now getting again into their offense, looking for their biggest lead of the night. Going up 4 if they can, up 8-5 right now. Jake Gonzalez going to come into the left side. He might have a little opening here. Instead, he's going to reset and put it back up top. Ben Warden will wait for some of his teammates to come on. McIlvaney will trail up Jay Snell, Ryan Russell rather. Russell will go behind, try to look for a cutter if he can. Hardwise is calling for it. He's going to do it himself. Ryan Russell tries to get a shot off. Goes low. Cardesqueda is back to get it for Colorado. Good save there from Vitale. Colorado comes away with nothing.
Yeah, Chapman goalie on that knew McIlvaney was going to go high to high. He just did it before and he beat him actually, and then ended up going off the crossbar. So that Chapman goalie Aguilar just kind of stayed up high and kept that stick there. Kind of popcorn for him.
Now Chapman getting to their offense. Colorado trying to pressure again. Chapman breaks it, but can't quite get the breakaway like they did earlier. Colorado, for the most part, doing a very high pressure right now. Good touches coming from Colorado defense. That was Cameron Babin. Jake Gonzalez back now. Doing a little defending. Chapman will work it around, take their time. Jake Gonzalez trying to do his best to stop the defender. A good move. Chapman trying to do some dodging and get in, but Colorado doing a really good job of switching over and keeping them out. Good stick check from Jake Gonzalez on that one.
Chapman having success on the dodge, and their offense seems to kind of collapsing, almost like they're taking looks away from each other. People getting piled on top of each other. Doing a good job beating Colorado defenders, but not necessarily kind of maintaining their field position to give them some open looks.
Chapman still doing it. Another dodge there, trying to find someone in the middle. Get a shot. That'll fly way high.
Great check there by Cameron Babin, number 13 for the Buffs. Got his stick on the hands while he was shooting. The ball ended up going high. And great job by Colorado there of getting Jake Gonzalez off the field. Now they have Jay Snell back in, their defensive package.
Never easy staring down the barrel of a big-time shooter coming in for an uncontested rip. Great defense.
Pretty long possession from Chapman here. Trying to work something. They're down 3. If Colorado could come away with a big stop here, that'd be huge, taking time off this clock. Good dodge, and that's going to be a save that flies off the post. Makarov might have gotten a touch on it. Oh, a big hit there, and that'll be a penalty against Chapman. Maybe not? Looks like it might have gone against Colorado, so Chapman will take the ball back. Going to get an open shot. Reagan Kelly will go low and get an open shot against Makarov. Might have been a little confusion on the defense there as that man was wide open. Whose man's is that?
Whose man's is that? I was a little bit confused. I didn't really understand what the call was. It looked like the Colorado pole had it, and it looked like it was going to be a loose ball push on Chapman, but it ended up turning over to Chapman, and the confusion for the defense never really got a reset. Chapman moved the ball twice, found a guy wide open from 5-5. At this level, they're not going to miss that.
No, nice shot by Kelly. Way to change levels. Good hard bouncer. Open look. Great shot with the left hand. Getting a little extracurricular over there on the sideline, boys.
That'll happen in one of these games. Highly contested, two big teams. Played before. Just as close last time, and now we're going to get a timeout.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what what the referees do with this. It looks like 23 Michael Sembowski might have gotten a little high on the Chapman offender there. It looks like the flag may be on him. However, I'm not exactly sure what they're going to be saying here. It looks like Coach John Galvin's kind of looking in to see what's going on, too. This is going to be a huge situation for Colorado. If they go man down again, this could be a 2-goal swing, really.
Oh, we'll take a quick break. Coming out of the timeout, we'll let you know what happens. Don't go anywhere. Back here in Boulder, Colorado, out of the timeout. Colorado up 8-6. Chapman looks like they're going to take this foul ball, I believe. A little extracurricular activity.
Unnecessary roughness call on the Buffalo, Cyrus.
Yeah, like 23, Sembowski just got a little high on the Chapman guy there. And like you said earlier, Nick, anything near the head and neck, there's going to be a flag.
So we will have a man up for Chapman. So far, 2 for 2 on the day. Colorado looking to defend, try to get away here. Still up 2. Good stick check. Chapman is able to maintain the possession. Still working it around, doing a good job. So far, they've done a good job of finding the creases and the hole in the Colorado defense on the man up. Going to get a rudder in. Almost looked like he had a chance. Shot's going to come right into the net of Makarov. Good save.
There's going to be a flag down on Jackson Marlowe there. Heard a pretty loud crack. I'm not sure if he got him in the head or what over there, but you could hear the crack from over here. So Colorado will now be 2 men down.
That's going to be tough for Colorado to overcome here.
Tough break for the Buffs. Great sequence, man down. Their defense is active. They fly around. They get hands on the sticks of the offensive players. Exceptional defense for being a man down. Very active, playing D with their feet, getting sticks on shooters.
Yeah, Colorado is going with that house formation on defense, so they're leaving that guy in the middle. They're going to try to let him float around, and this defense is going to try to put pressure on these guys or on moving the ball on the outside because it's going to be man-to-man there on the outside. If they have somebody on the crease open, that backside can just slough in, and they've been doing a great job so far. With 2 men down, we'll see how they play it.
So now Chapman, a really good chance. They're pretty hard to there. You see it. There's always going to be an open man when you're 2 down. Not hard to find someone. Chapman will get another goal and decrease the lead from Colorado just to 1.
No one wants to play 2 men down, but as that unit, you want to at least try to be forced into a rotation. What you don't want to give up is lose track of a guy in the crease and give up a quick jammer inside. Coach Galvin going to wish that his defense was worried about their backside responsibility a little bit more there, but never easy to play 2 men down. Good conversion by the Panthers.
Yeah, I like that. I would have liked to see Colorado go with the diamond formation just to try to give that guy on the crease a little bit of pressure. That was just one pass, a dodge, a little dump into the crease, and a shot and a goal. Really too easy for the Chapman offense. If you're Colorado, I want to see that diamond to try to make them move the ball a little bit.
Colorado now up 8-7 with 9 minutes left in the second quarter. So far, Chapman getting a majority of their goals off of either man-up situations or a bit of a breakdown on the Colorado defense. If Colorado can manage to just break down and play full team lacrosse, they have been dominating Chapman so far.
It's been a fun game, Cyrus. Not too much settled possessions, and when these teams are settled, they look great. Great game to watch. A lot of transition, a lot of interesting opportunities.
Going to be a good game for a long time. It'll be exciting to see when we get towards the end into that third, fourth quarter. Also, Carl just commented on the stream, the reason we are inside today is because there was a fire in Boulder that caused a lot of smoke in the area, and almost all outdoor activities have been canceled, so the game was moved to the indoor practice facility. It is a beautiful day out, but Boulder Laws, or someone, I don't know who it was, has decided to change all the games inside. So everyone did a really good job. We've had to switch up the field a little because this field's a little bit bigger than normal. Everyone had to move inside a little bit further away, but everyone's managed to get the stream up, and that's going to be another foul against Colorado.
Yeah, that was a push with possession. The crowd definitely does not like that call, but unfortunately it is the right call. Johnny Roach pushed him on the back and ended up making contact. If you're the ref, you got to throw the flag there. So Chapman now is a free play. Let's see what they do with it.
Another flag came in late on the other side of the field from the far side official. We'll see if they got Scott Jackson for another push from behind.
It looks like he might have had a little after the play, yeah. That would be big for Colorado because so far Chapman 3 for 3 on man up. So possibly a free possession for Chapman. See what that second flag is, but might be a little. Chapman will take their time. They know they have a free possession. Trying to get a shot off. Chapman managed to get a shot off, but that'll reset, and then we'll get to see what these flags are. So the refs will come together.
Push.
Show the refs.
Push.
If you're the Buffs, you're just really hoping not to go 2 men down here.
That would be bad. I mean, we're already seeing it took about 6 seconds for Chapman to score 2 down on him before. Looks like we got 5 out for each team, so.
Yeah, it looks like it'll just be the one flag. Johnny Roach there with the push. Be a 30-second technical. So Chapman will be one man up coming out of the timeout.
That's such a hard call, too, Alec, because if that Chapman player doesn't fall down, you throw that flag as an official?
No, you can't. I mean, unfortunately, he had his momentum going, and it looks like Johnny Roach just gave him one extra little push that knocked him down. And when you have possession of the ball and you get knocked over, especially from behind, it's going to be a flag.
Well, we have a timeout here. Coming back, Chapman will be a man up. We're going to take a quick break. Don't go anywhere. Well, we're back now at Colorado, where Chapman is a man up. It'll be 5-4. I don't see much of that, but just a little bit more work for all the players. So if you're the team, do you ever practice any of these 4-on-5s at all, just in case?
5-on-4 is a little bit of an odd scenario, but I guarantee you they have something drawn up for this. Special teams is such a big part of the game. Man up, man down, and the face-off is what considered the special teams, and it's an absolutely massive part of the game. Chapman's was perfect so far. It looks like Colorado ended up killing that off.
Yep, Colorado back to full strength, so good kill there. Much needed. Chapman looking good so far. Their first kill of the man up today. Also, Carl, thank you for telling us that number 1 Denver is losing to Ohio State, 17th ranked Ohio State, but they're losing 12-2. DU's very good at lacrosse. Apparently so is Ohio State.
Yeah, DU's had so many home games in a row. They had, 6 home games at home to start the season. That first true road test, it looks like they weren't really prepared for it.
Great stick check there. Chapman still manages to get it back. Chapman taking a long possession here. Definitely good for them. They really want to tie this game up. They've been down most of the game. Shot coming there. Markov might have had a look at it, but it'll go wide. Markov not having a whole lot of help. Most of his goals have been breakaways, one-on-ones, man down. So far, I mean, besides that, he's done a good job. Five minutes and 30 seconds left in this half.
We'll see if Chapman initiates on this pull.
Quick double team, big hit. That might be able to do enough. They can't quite get it. He's going to do it himself. Goodness. Blake Lee gets triple teamed almost, loses the ball, gets hit a few times, and then manages to come away with the goal.
Yes. Oh, sorry about that, Nick. it's interesting because Jackson Marlowe there, the pole, the LSM who was being dodged on, they slid very early, especially on a pole. That it confused me a little bit. And all of a sudden the play was then broken down, and Lee for Chapman was able to beat his defender and have really a one-on-one to the net. I don't understand why they slid so early there on Marlowe, Nick.
No, and maybe just to generate confusion, because I expressed some skepticism that they were going to initiate on that pole.
Right.
To get the Colorado defense moving, get them a little bit out of position, and then you have a big, strong Panther midfielder. Heard some great contacts, some good stick checks. It's not going to stop a big midi when he gets topside going. Someone needs to put a body on him within the rules of the game, stop his progress, and try to get a turnover for the Buffaloes.
Good foul against Chapman. So Colorado getting a break and getting a ball. They haven't been on Chapman's side in a long time. Game tied now at 8-8. Colorado leading for the majority of this game. Ooh, it's Jake Gonzalez is going to take a shot. That one's going to come off the post. Go almost all the way back over. Hartwise will bring this one up. Colorado now going to look to their own long possession as Chapman has really taken it to the defense for Colorado the past 5 minutes. McElvaney will come back on. He's going to look to set up at the top. There he is. Going to go right back to Ryan Russell. Now Hartwise will get it on the far side. Colorado going to do a good job of taking their time, not forcing anything. I mean, you've been up. You can't freak out once Chapman comes back and scores because they're going to do that. And now Gonzalez will get a push against him. So that's big for Colorado. Almost a real quick stick, but a great defensive play. You said it. Gonzalez trying to get a hit. See that high pressure again from Colorado as Carter now will move up on this one. Not exactly what you wanted if you're Colorado in that possession, but Chapman does a good job of clearing. Now they might have a one-on-one breakaway on the far side, and they will get that goal low. Steve Caressel.
Yeah, number 27 for Colorado, Nicky Cottrell, just pushed out a little bit too much. I love the aggressive defense, but in an unsettled situation like that, the slow break, Chapman's not really looking to push there, so it's okay. Let them settle it down. Cottrell ends up getting beat underneath, and the Chapman's guys just found enough space in between Makarov and that pipe to score.
Once again, goal for Chapman, not a settled possession. If you're the Buffs, we talked about it early in the telecast, got to get your communication and transition down. That's how they're going to hurt you. They have a bunch of athletes.
Right, and if you're the Colorado defense, why not let them set up in this 6-on-6? You've been dominating the game in this 6-on-6 settled lacrosse. So when you put pressure out like that, it forces them to be able to push the tempo. And this transition game for the Chapman Panthers is deadly.
Well, now Chapman getting their first lead of the game since they scored the very first goal, going up 1-0. At one point, Colorado was up 3 goals. Chapman coming back, scoring 4 unanswered. Colorado going to get a great shot there. Big hit late. We'll have a man up now for Colorado.
Yeah, Jackson Scott, 22, Chapman there. It'll be interesting to see if they call this unnecessary roughness or a late hit. I thought it was good body contact. However, the referee disagrees.
Such a tough play for the Panthers. You're trying to get out there, get a body on a shooter. Look clean to me, Al.
I disagree. That was not clean.
Hey, at least the officiating's been tight this whole game. They're calling it consistently.
Yeah,
they're not going to let players get away with high hits or hits that begin without the designated 5 yards of contact. So at least these players know the refs have been consistent. So as much as you want to see those kind of hits for a lot of traditional lacrosse players, it's about player safety these days, and we're trying to take those hits out of the game. So kudos to the officials.
Absolutely, especially anything late after a shot's been going, they're going to be throwing that flag quick.
And those shooters are in such vulnerable positions after you let it go.
Absolutely.
Well, now Colorado has a chance at a man up. Big possession for them. The first time they're down in this game since the opening goal. Shot from McElvaney, goal!
Bullseye! McIlvaney has time and room. He's going to sting that every single time. Unbelievable shot.
I'll tell you what, fellas, you cannot save what you cannot see. And not only is that kid bringing straight heat, McIlvaney does such a good job of getting that stick back behind his body, full torque, letting it fly. Not only is it flying, that goalie doesn't pick that ball up out of the stick until it's too late.
Not much you can do there if you're Vitaly. Aguilar. David Aguilar. Daniel Aguilar. Daniel Aguilar. Not much you can do when you have McIlvaney coming from that left side. Well, now we are tied again, 9-9. I have a feeling going to have a lot of ties and back and forth in this game.
Yeah, the MCLA world is watching this one. This is a big, big game in the MCLA.
Big game. For both sides. I think most people know that this Colorado team is good. They might not be ranked as high as Chapman or show it, but I think this Chapman team knows very well what Colorado can do. That this would be a big win for them, especially away, too. Colorado, you can say the same thing, a huge win for them.
Yeah, I think in last week's polls, Colorado was 4th or 5th. And this Chapman team was also a top 10 team. This Colorado, that first road trip for them, going to 0-2, a lot of people wrote them off. But then last weekend, getting 2 ranked wins on the road over UCSB and Cal Poly. Really a big weekend for Colorado. Clicking on all cylinders now as Gonzalez slams it off the pipe.
Well, just 2 minutes left. Colorado going to look to try to hopefully get one last possession here if they can and really go into the half with a lead, which would be huge. I think if you're Chapman going in tied, it would be also pretty big because you've been down 2 separate occasions. The fact that you've come back, there might be a turnover there for Colorado, and that is not what you want for Colorado. But Chapman, if you go in with tied or even with a goal lead or 2, that's huge. So far, you've been down 3 different times. Coming back, it's hard to do against Colorado.
Buffs jumping into that 10-man ride yet again, trying to force those long overpasses between those long poles.
To have an open net. We'll see. And they might be able to turn it over. Colorado does a good job. And they get it right back as Chapman. A good dodge there. Looks like it's going to be a hold against Colorado.
Fans here a little irritated with the clearing clock. They felt that it was the 30 seconds to get it into the box. I'm not sure exactly where it was. It was definitely close, but that Colorado defender looked like it might be. Not sure exactly who the foul's on, but it was definitely a hold. Number 7, Gardner for Chapman. He's one of the best players in the country. Swam his defender, was trying to get that touch in the box, and he was just being held.
Frustrating when you're a defenseman and a guy does that swim move, gets his stick way up, and you try to get underneath the shoulder and play good defense. You gotta get away. You can't get locked up in there. That's an easy call for the ref when you're running with a guy like that.
So now an ideal situation for Chapman as they go a man up with 1:15 left. They only have a minute penalty. So if Colorado can get a kill, be equally as big for them because Chapman so far 3 for 4 on the day, man up. Here comes the shot. Good save from Makarov, and that's huge for Makarov. He's going to get the ball back and hang out in his crease, get the ball all the way up to Jackson Marlowe, who's going to try to get a counter going for Colorado. He's going to take it himself, and he almost gets to score the long pole trying to do it. It's Hartwise, and he's going to get the scoop. Jackson Marlowe does get his goal. He's pumped running over to the sideline. That's huge for Colorado.
Absolute commotion over there on the Colorado sideline. Jackson Marlowe brought it up. Really a great shot initially, but Aguilar with a beautiful save to drop down. Unfortunately for the Chapman goalie, the ball went right back to Marlowe, who kind of did a little flip in, and for a long pole, he was fired up, Nick.
Absolutely. And I'll tell you what, I'd be fired up too if I didn't have to run all the way back there. Thank goodness he got that in the cage, because that's a long way to get back to where he's supposed to be, Al.
I'll say this, Jackson should thank Hartwise, because I don't know how Hart got it from the keeper and gave it a little scoop. I don't think he'll get the assist, but Hartwise gets a little thank you.
Definitely
Jackson might buy him
back.
dinner tonight.
Yeah, there you go.
Huge for Colorado getting that goal. Now up by 1. 10-9, still 40 seconds left. Colorado with a big face-off win there. They're going to have another chance if they can get into their offense. They're going to get the ball to Ben Wharton. Going to find Roach. Just 25 seconds now. They're going to get a timeout. Good timeout by Galvin. You have the possession. You got 20 seconds. Set something up.
Absolutely, no doubt. The Buffs have been playing pretty good 6-on-6 lacrosse. We'll should get a chance to see one of their best set plays right here as they try to get a goal going into half.
Yeah, this is what you draw up all year for these situations. 30 seconds left. Depends on the play, but generally you want to start initiating with around 20 seconds, so they're going to try to get into this right away. See if they can get another goal. With 2 goals under a minute going into halftime would be absolutely massive for the Buffaloes.
And talk about options for the Buffs, because you got shooters everywhere. And worst comes to worst, you're not going to get an inside look. You don't get something off the dodge. You give it to McIlvaney and let him just take a rip. Goodness gracious.
I'll take McIlvaney from anywhere. Goodness.
Yeah, the stretch ability of the Colorado Buffaloes is something that's really comment-worthy, because they have guys that are great inside finishers that can initiate from behind, and then you've got some truly big guns up top that are ready to rip it from, I'm not going to say the restraining line, but if I had a cannon like that, wouldn't think twice.
Hey, that clock's ticking down. I don't think you're necessarily mad if that's your last option.
Absolutely not. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see what Coach Galvin draws up here for this Colorado offense, because they already have all the momentum. If they get another goal going into this, going into halftime, they're going to be feeling pretty good coming out of halftime.
Well, we'll have the traditional first offense for Colorado with Roach, McIlvaney, Wise, Gonzalez, and Wharton, and Ryan Russell on the back end.
Looks like the Panthers are trying to lock off.
I don't hate that move. Try to disrupt the Colorado play here. Little hidden ball trick. Who's got it?
And Russell's going to get it up top over to Gonzalez.
10 seconds!
Going to go to his left side. We got his defender on the ground. He's going to shoot it. And that might go just outside.
Yeah, great look by Gonzalez there. Just ended up shooting into the side of the net. Chapman got away with one there because the Chapman defender slipped on this turf.
Ooh, and Makarov does a good job there. The goalie sends it down. Aguilar. Makarov kind of has to see that one going through the air. There's a white ceiling. I lost the ball.
Yeah, good heads up by Makarov.
I'll say Jake Gonzalez had a great shot. That was about as close as it can get. The bench thought it went in. I thought it went in. Went just outside. Well, going into halftime, Colorado Buffaloes up 10. Chapman Panthers 9. Good game so far. What are you guys expecting to come in the second half?
If I'm the Chapman coach, I want to get more into this settled 6-on-6. I love the push in the transition, and I think that's absolutely great. But I just feel like Chapman has never really found a rhythm offensively in this first half. So if I'm the Chapman coaching staff, I'm telling them to get a little rid of a rhythm going on 6-on-6. What do you got for Colorado, Nick?
I'll tell you what. Keep up that pressure ride. Until Chapman can show you that they can beat it, that 10-man ride's been exceptional. It hasn't hurt them too bad. They're causing a ton of turnovers, and it's totally disrupting the Chapman offense. Colorado's clicking offensively. Defensively, they're just getting beat in transition. So, once again, keep up that pressure ride and rely on your big Dodgers. There's some athletic mismatches out here for the Colorado Buffs this afternoon.
Some good lacrosse still to be played here in Boulder, Colorado. We're going to let you enjoy the halftime show here, where we have the Colorado Dancers doing a number. Stay tuned, don't go anywhere. We'll be back to have second action here in Boulder, Colorado. We're going to keep on the mat sound, right?
And pretty good defensive sequences by both teams.
Yeah, absolutely. I actually am not disappointed with the defense so far. They've really just been a lot of transition opportunities. It's not like there's just been bad defense. It's just been better offense.
I want to welcome back everyone to Boulder, Colorado, where we have the second half action for you. Colorado Buffaloes versus the Chapman Panthers. Great game. Long awaited. You circle this one on the schedule at the beginning of the season. Now we're finally here. Colorado gets a good clear there by Jake Gonzalez. Colorado first to get possession in the second half. For Jake Gonzalez to get something going here. He almost had a chance right before the half ended to get a shot in and put the Buffaloes up 2, which would have been huge. Here comes McIlvaney on his left, and there it goes. Big save by Aguilar.
Yeah, did just enough to get a piece of that one. Actually beat his pole pretty clean there. Great save by Aguilar.
Colorado will keep that one going for them. A little bit of confusion. Comes Ryan Russell.
Sorry to interrupt there, but it looks like Chapman has now got Zach Richin at net. So they must be trading off halves. Yeah, they must just be trading off halves.
Yeah.
I mean, Aguilar had a great first half. I don't think he got yanked. They might just have two good enough goalies. You know what DU kind of did back in a couple of years ago. They just have 2 goalies play each half.
So once again, Steve Gonzalez almost going to full backhand. Once again, Zach Rich in for goalie for the Panthers.
Nice defense by Chapman. Long pole gets in there, gets underneath Jake Gonzalez, ties him up, strips the ball.
Good start for Chapman. And immediately Colorado jumps into that 10-man ride like you talked about, Nick.
Get him hard. Get him coming.
We got a little triple team coming there. Good job, Chapman, clearing that. Now we're going to have somewhat of a counter, a little 3-on-3. Colorado does a good job to come back and defend.
Nice job by Chapman breaking that ride. Not electing to push it and go for the transition opportunity, but trying to get into their settled 6-on-6.
So one of the keys you said before halftime, Alec, getting into your offense, setting up that 6-on-6 and getting into a groove somewhat.
Yeah, it looks like Chapman is trying to do that here with this settled 6-on-6. You got to try to find a rhythm offensively. Like I said earlier, I just didn't really feel the rhythm from the Chapman offense, and maybe they just want to push transition all the time. There's nothing wrong with that either. But it does look they are attempting to try to set something up 6-on-6 here in the half field.
Shot, a good low save by Makarov. So far, it looks like Chapman does play 2 goalies. So, not that Aguilar has been pulled necessarily by the Chapman Panthers, but rather just playing 2 goalies.
Yeah, a tough turnover there by Colorado on the clear. So it goes right back to Chapman. Andrew Garner for Chapman really likes this matchup. Like I said earlier, he's really one of the more talented players in the country. He's drawn a shorty right now, so they're definitely setting something up for him.
Oh, that shot's going to go right off the post.
Interesting defense there, Alec, by the Buffs. The shorty understanding he's going to get slid too early, but given a lot of room to let that rip go.
Yeah. I can't really figure out this Colorado defense today. Generally, they do like to slide early, but they've been a little bit hesitant today, and I'm not sure if they're afraid of some of these midfielders for Chapman who are going to have some time interim shots. But I can't pinpoint it.
News just coming in that it is official that the Denver Pioneers have fallen at the Ohio State Buckeyes. Always good for us to keep tabs on a great program just down the road from here in Boulder, Colorado, but some good stuff going on with CU Lacrosse up here as well.
Definitely some good lacrosse being played in Colorado right now as McElvaney's just jogging by people.
Dancing lessons, baby.
Dancing lesson. We'll give you that one for free. Hartwise coming in. He looks like he has a little bit of an inside push, but he's going to go behind Carter. Escada can't handle that. A little bit of a low pass.
Well-timed check by the Chapman defender right in the hands of Weiss as he's trying to move the ball. Turnover Buffaloes.
Yeah, 34, Nicholas Toto, the freshman, really doing a good job of pushing out there and getting a great check as Hartwise is trying to make the pass and goes out of bounds for Buffaloes. Chapman offense is attacking.
Hartwise is going to trip over the line, and that's going to...
Hartwise should just go. He's already offside.
As well.
He should just go and try to double this. I'm not sure why they're not telling him to do that.
So a little bit of confusion from both sides. Chapman trying to figure out what they're doing offensively.
This is baffling to me. If you're offsides, why isn't Hartwise chasing him and going down?
The infraction's already occurred, Al. Unless there's something we're not aware of, I have no idea why you wouldn't want Hartwise over there.
Man,
Coaching staff telling him
might
to
be
hold.
telling him, yeah. And there you go, low shot, goal for Chapman.
There must be something we don't know. I don't know why Coach John Galvin would hold back Hart Wise there. Maybe they were just confident in their 6-on-6 defense and get a stop, but then you go into man down. So I'm not really sure, but great job by Chapman taking advantage of that free play and getting the goal to knock the game up here, 10-10.
Series offside, the goal was right down, and then scores from Steve Caressa.
Well, Steve Caressa doing a good job. Well, now we are back tied again. 10-10. 9 minutes and 40 seconds left in this game. Chapman's going to take over that faceoff. This is going to be a close one. Don't go anywhere, folks. We're going to be here till the very end. Chapman taking their time getting into their offense, getting some of their personnel onto the field. Chapman so far today, oh, a good move there. Goodness. That'll be another goal for Chapman, taking the lead once again.
Yeah, really a great play there by number 23, Jacob Blaznek for Chapman. Just beat a short stick and then, I don't know, sticking it high. I didn't see a slide from Colorado, though.
No slide anywhere to be found, Alec. If you're these Chapman offensive players and you can beat your guy one-on-one, go to the rack.
Absolutely.
Why would you not?
Why not?
Colorado, slow with the slide, not having health defense, leaving their goalie out to drive. That's too easy for Chapman.
Especially when you have a shorty on the wing, you got to see a dodge coming, almost have that slide already halfway there, loaded up. But Chapman taking a great job of taking advantage of that and getting 2 quick goals here in the first half, or beginning of the second half, excuse me.
Big face-off win for Colorado, and they're going to look to counter. They got streaking now. Going to do it himself with a good save. Looks like Rich is going to get his second save of the half coming in. That'll go Chapman's way.
Big call on the end line. Great hustle by the Chapman goaltender. Wins a possession for his team.
Zach Rich, second half goalie playing today for Chapman. They do play 2 goalies.
And this is a weakness of the 10-man ride. If something happens like that, a turnover you're not looking for, something you can't quite get into the pressure ride quickly, Chapman able to get the ball across midfield, get it in, get a touch, get into settled 6-on-6.
Yeah, they did that with one pass too. If you're not ready to set up that 10-man ride on a turnover like that,
that one's going to go over. Carter-Skater's going to come up. It looks like it might have a 3-on-3 chance. Chapman does have one back. Back up in front. Colorado will take their time. Good decision there. You're down 1 and you've been having some trouble moving it. Get into your offense. Take your time. Relax.
Colorado getting their second line minis on here. Johnny Clayton.
Carter-Skate on the near side is going to go to the goal, go for a shot low. And that looked close, but Rich comes away with another goal. Another save. Excuse me. Zach Rich, another save for the Panthers. Skate didn't look like he had much of an angle, but he went for it. Ben Warden with some good pressure high, but Chapman defender having no problem getting forward.
Athletes beat pressure rides. If you got a guy that can run and make moves in the open field, it's brutal. The Buffs trying to rely on a trap there, and the Chapman midfielder just cruising past them, getting ready to get into a subtle possession.
Yeah, exactly. Dylan Garner there just saw it opening and tried to run through a couple guys and ended up. And that's how you got to beat this 10-man clear. No one's going to be open. Everyone's going to be locked off. So it's going to take an individual effort to just get over the half field, set that offense up.
So far, Galvin sticking with that 10-man ride. See how it goes forward. Chapman did manage to find a one-on-one earlier in the game with that. And they've done a good job of clearing so far. Colorado Gonna look to defend here. Chapman looking for their biggest lead of the game. They have only been up once.
Great check. 27 Nicky Control with the takeaway check. Colorado's looking to clear.
Nice GB by Lukens, able to get it over to his goaltender for a Buffalo's clear attempt.
Easily cleared. Jay Snell's going to bring it up. Find Carta Esqueda. It's going to go all the way across to Jay Gonzalez, who's come back in. Jay Gonzalez is going to go left, find it himself, and go top.
What a shot. I thought he was moving it through X. Last second just stings it high, Nick.
He is a low-angle operator, and Gonzalez does such a good job. Just, you never know what he's going to do. As a defensive player, the kid can shoot it, the kid can pass it, the kid can pull it down and re-dodge. Exceptional job by Gonzalez. Just a heady play, finishes on a low angle.
Great job by Jay Gonzalez. Individual effort to get this game back. Tied at 11.
Come on, Kian. You in there, boss? Well, you're in there, Kian. You're in there.
Ground ball. Colorado will get a penalty and possession going forward. It's a big win for Colorado, getting right back into their offense. Jay Gonzalez is going to start. Or rather, McElvaney will start, but Gonzalez right next to him. Roach is going to get it at the top, put in some work. Still good at leaning on the defenders. Jay Gonzalez is going to go again left. Bring it back to the right where he finds McElvaney. McElvaney all the way across to Ryan Russell.
Looks like halftime adjustment that Chapman made. They're going to be double pulling this first midi line. Both Gonzalez and McElvaney have a pull, which puts a shorty on one of the attackmen for Colorado. Looks like it's Johnny Roach in this situation.
And we'll see if Roach can capitalize because their middies have been hurting him. If I'm Chapman, I would make that call too.
Absolutely.
Address where the pain's coming from. Their midfielders have been initiating and scoring a lot of goals. Time for the Colorado Buffalo attackman to step up, especially if Johnny Roach is on a shorty, and see what he can do.
McElvaney with a shot previously. He's going to get it on his left side, try to find something, but good defense from the Chapman defender to push him outside, give him no angle. Carta Esqueda is going to bring it up. Esqueda still moving it around, trying to find something. He's going to go inside, might get a beat on him, get a good pass, and Ben Warden almost with the shot. He goes just left of the goal.
Yeah, great play there by Esqueda to get inside. Warren did a good job of catching that ball and got a lot of pressure on his hand, so ended up just going a bit wide.
Well, Colorado, 2 good shots already on this possession. Really good look for them. They're doing a good job of getting looks when they take the time to build it up. Jay Gonzalez is going to go for that one himself. Looks like a Chapman player is going to go down. Might have been hit on the backswing, possibly. Maybe the ball hit him. I'm not quite sure, but good offense for Colorado. Ben Warden almost with another goal to add to his tally.
These Colorado Dodgers have been doing a great job of being patient. The Chapman defense been playing good textbook defense, playing with their stick, but inevitably are kind of going for some reaches, trying to throw some good checks, and these Colorado offensive players have been able to slip inside, initiate, open some stuff up, even if it's just a look for their teammate.
Okay, we're going to take a quick break while the trainers look at the Chapman player. Don't go anywhere. Chapman player walks off on his own weight. Looks like it's going to be number 32, PJ Titterton. Good to see him walk off. Hopefully he is okay.
Big possession here for both teams. We're all tied up at 11.
Got just over 4 minutes left, too. Roach is going to work behind the cage to try to find something up. Going to find Carta Esqueda. Has so far done a really good job of finding cutters. Esqueda having already a few assists on the day. And there's another one. That'll go. Just like I said, Esqueda getting a great pass into a perfect Ryan Russell quick stick.
Yeah, Esqueda had his pole chapped in front of the net. And when you're like that, all he did was sit back there and wait for a good cut to find. If I'm that pole, you got to attack right away. Even if you're trapped, force him to go the other side, and maybe you can try to show a little bit on a slide. But he had so much time back there, it was only a matter of time before he found a good cutter.
And great job by Esqueda recognizing that despite him having his defenseman hung up, Chapman refusing to press him. And if they're not going to come at you, take your time.
Absolutely.
He's a great feeder, great vision, finds one of his midfielders cutting through for an excellent dish. Great stick, good possession by Colorado.
I'll say this, I was here for the women's game before, and I know it's a little different, but Oregon almost came back to beat Colorado because they did the same thing. They would have one of their players just sit right behind the cage, and Colorado wasn't pressuring them, so they would take their time, find a cutter. They scored 4 straight goals on Colorado. A very good Colorado team. They almost came back. Colorado couldn't figure out how to defend it.
It's tough, too. As a defense, you have to decide whether the player with the ball behind is worth attacking. If you think he's going to hurt you enough by driving because he has your defense out of position, or whether he's going to hurt you feeding. So not an easy situation for the defense to be in.
Not to mention that goalie has his head turned. You know, the goalie is turned and facing the other way. So if he gets a good feed, it's almost impossible for him to turn around and make a save.
Colorado getting it right back. Up 1 goal now, just 3 minutes and 30 seconds left in this third quarter. Another good cut in, and Bud Wharton scores again. Esqueda doing it again. Another assist, back-to-back assists for Carter Esqueda, finding those cutters. And that'll give Colorado a 2-goal lead.
Yeah, Ben Warden with his 4th of the day. Just a great cut right down Pearl Street, if you want to call it, and
Right
sticks
down
it high.
Pearl Street.
Great finish. Lets everyone know who he plays for, too. Turns around, shows the fans those big black Colorado letters. He's jacked up to be here. We got ourselves a great game.
Love it.
Big black Colorado. Colorado now extending their lead. They were down 1, and 3 unanswered goals for Colorado will give them a 2-goal lead with just under 3 minutes and 30 seconds left in this third quarter. It's a game of runs. Colorado now showing what they can on offense. When they get set and you give them time, it's only a matter of time before they can score.
And I'll tell you what, Cyrus, the air quality might be suspect out here in Boulder, but both teams, these guys are running up and down. No problem. Great tempo.
Love it. I will say this, for our purposes, setting up inside is much easier than outside. They have everything we need. Outside, there's a lot more work. Maybe we can petition to get all the games in here. Doubtful. On my budget, doubtful. It's been brought up before, but my budget is not the best. Colorado again getting another chance. That's why I love it. If you're good enough at face-offs, it becomes make it, take it at a certain point. And if you can get those possessions going, so big for your momentum. If you can keep winning them, keep getting those chances. And, well, as I say that, we're going to have a little turnover. Well, there you see the announcer karma. Chapman now getting a chance to answer Colorado's 3-goal scoring run. Pretty big for them if they run into this fourth quarter down a few goals. Be hard to overcome that for the 3rd time today. They've already done it twice.
Chapman in no hurry, making sure they're getting their personnel on. Look for a poised possession where they're going to really try to get a good look.
Chapman working around. There's going to be a shot, but Markov, great save. Makarov doing a really nice job so far in this 3rd quarter to really give CU a chance on that defensive side. Colorado, Jay Snell is going to bring it up for them. Give it over to Polk. Jay Gonzalez is now going to come down on this near side. Look to beat one if he can. Try to find a cutter. He's going to find one. Polk goes low, scores.
The vision of Jake Gonzalez to drive down and pass that so tight cross crease to a great look to a wide open teammate. Give me a break. Give me a break. The kid can sting it high. He's scored goals all day. Exceptional vision. I don't know what you do with this kid. If he gets his hands free, it's trouble for the defense.
Yeah, what a great look by Gonzalez there, cross crease, wide open for Jack Polk, who's oftentimes a sideline midi, defensive midi, gets his chance in the offensive zone and takes advantage.
Now Colorado getting back to their largest lead of the day. They've been up 3 a few times, but Chapman has always roared back. little face-off battle, and that looks like it going to be a little bit of a foul. We're going to have a push. And we'll go Colorado's way. So another win there. Just over a minute left. If Colorado can get a 3-goal lead going into the fourth quarter, you'd love that if you're John Galvin. Colorado going to clear this. Now they'll have 1 minute. Take your time here, get a shot. I wouldn't be surprised if Galvin might even take a timeout if he wants. Or McElvaney will take it himself. One of the two. .50 seconds left now. Colorado has a chance to have its largest lead of the game. Looks like they might try to do that same thing with Roach behind. He's going to beat one and do it himself. Uh-oh. We got a few players down. A little bit of pushing and shoving while the players are down. The ref will get in. Oh, and we'll have a hold on Chapman. So now an amazing chance for Colorado. Still with 40 seconds. Looked like they were going to lose it. Give them another chance.
The official doing a nice job making sure the clarification that the ball was out. That's why we don't see Chapman with a man down.
Huh, thank you. Good call. Roach is going to take it himself. He's going to get, looks like there's the foul. Roach will get hit late. A little bit more pushing and shoving going on. Roach is getting a little angry. That one will cause a turnover, so now Chapman will be a man down, I believe.
Yeah, Roach not happy with those hits.
Well, we're going to get another one. A little too much talking for Chapman. Number 24. Well, 24 is not on the roster.
You can't have that if you're Chapman. You're already down 3. You're about to go into the fourth quarter. Guys walking by, running his mouth to the ref. Why? It doesn't serve any purpose.
Does not help. See all the players congratulating Roach. He did a great job of not only getting a foul, but staying calm, which is so hard to do. You're playing the game. It's an intense battle, but that helps your team so much.
Roach has stepped up big, recognizes he has the short stick. That's a statement. If you're Johnny Roach, who's an exceptional offensive player, and you see them stick a shorty on you, love to see him take the game into his own hands, put his team in an advantageous situation.
So now, if you have a chance, it gets down to the bottom. Will you just take the possession going into the fourth quarter? You keep the man up? Becomes a waiting game? I mean, what do you? It depends on where you get in this first 15 seconds, I'd say.
Totally depends on the quality of the look, Cyrus. Look for the Buffaloes to run a play, see something, look for a step-down opportunity. I doubt they'll try to force anything on the crease. If they have a uncontested shot with one of their big shooters, go ahead and take it. If not, don't be surprised to see them hold on to possession and start the fourth quarter off with a extra man opportunity.
I mean, you're up 3 right now. You'd love to go in with that lead and then come out of a man up 2. Not much more you can ask for if you're Galvin. We'll see what Colorado does here. Again, they have their starting lineup.
So Nick, if you're Colorado here, do you try to push this? And I mean, one of those possessions is going to be, or one of those fouls, is locked in. So you trying to get a goal here before the end of the third quarter?
I wouldn't shy away from taking a good step down and missing high to high. I really wouldn't. I
have no problem. You go Jake or McElvaney if they get a rip. Why not? There it is.
And this is what you do not want.
That's not what you wanted.
Because the inverse is if Chapman holds, they'll start the fourth quarter with possession.
See, now you hold if you're Carter.
You got to hold if you're Carter here. It looks like Carter will just run behind the net to hold it out. So a little bit of luck there. Colorado does lose it, but Chapman, I mean, that's a bad play by Chapman. You know you're down that much. Why you lose that? And now Colorado has a chance to go back to man up at the start of the fourth.
Great save by the Panthers, doing all the work, just not quite capitalizing on the easiest part, just hanging on to that ball. They're going to start off in a hole at a disadvantage beginning of the fourth quarter.
End of the third, Colorado up 14-11 here in Boulder, Colorado. We'll be back after the break to give you all the fourth quarter action. Don't go anywhere. We're going to start the end of this quarter. Here we go. Start of the fourth quarter. Big game. Chapman and Colorado. Colorado up 3. Huge coming out of that end of the third quarter. Colorado will now be a man up. I'm not exactly sure on how much time is left. Probably around 30 seconds.
There'll still be 2 men up here.
Oh, they got 2 men up. You're right. Okay, so this is Colorado. Got to get a goal here if you're 2 men up.
Dragging his guy. Setting up a little half wheel there.
Oh, my
What a
goodness.
save.
Ben Warden has a chance and can't finish it.
Unbelievable point-blank save. I was waiting for when the Buffs were going to stick that guy in the crease to look to jam it inside. Excellent goaltending by the Panthers. Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Yeah, great
That's
save.
huge for Chapman. Zach Rich getting an amazing save. Point blank for Ben Warden, who would have had his 5th of the day. Can't finish it.
Buffs not prepared to jump in their ride in that extra man situation, not with the personnel that they want out there. Chapman with one of their easiest clears on the day, being 2 men down.
Galvin is seething on the sideline now. He's mad Ben Warden couldn't finish that one. When you're 2 up, I mean, you work it perfectly coming out and you have an open shot and you can't finish.
We're back at even strength here, 6-on-6.
Now Chapman getting a chance. He's going to beat one shot. He's falling down. It's a good thing that he was falling down because it looked like the Colorado defender might have gotten a push on him if he had not. Shot goes wide, but Chapman managed to stick the ball on a good touch up top there. Jay Snell. Jay Snell, the shorty, is going to do as much as he can up top.
Jay Snell, a big physical body, doing a great job on that early slide.
So you have Jay Snell and Jake Gonzalez. Not exactly the lineup you want in for your defense. Going to look to try to sub one of them out, but so far Jay Snell on the perimeter doing a great job, shorty to shorty, not letting anyone get by him. See it here he is again. A little bit of luck there. Chapman player falling down. But this is the Chapman. Looks like he wants this one-on-one. Gonna have a foul and a free shot.
Wow, unfortunate bounce there for Colorado. Very fortunate bounce for Chapman, though. Looks like it hit off his own guy, ended up bouncing back to Chapman. He just buries it in the empty net.
And now we might have a foul against Colorado, so Chapman might have another chance to go man up here, which would be huge for them.
The initial shot, whose rebound set up the goal, I'll tell you what, nice piece of stick handling by the Chapman offensive player. Jake Gonzalez still wondering where'd who go.
And that's what we call an and one here. So it was a late hit. It was pretty obvious. Jackson Marlowe, a little high, a little late. Chapman's going to go man up, which could be absolutely massive for them here if they can convert.
So it could be a 3-goal switch. Colorado has the man up, has a chance to be up 4, and instead now they're a man down, have a chance to only be up 1.
You never see that. Never see that.
If you're the Colorado Buffaloes on defense now, more than ever, communication is going to be essential. They've done an excellent job on their man downs, getting sticks in the hand of the Chapman players. Just because it's getting tight, games getting down in the fourth quarter, Buffs got to make sure they don't lose that tenacity. Keep playing like they know how to play.
Well, now this is looks like a minute non-releasable, so we might have a 2-man down.
Oh,
I don't know exactly
it
what's
looks like
happening.
there's also another foul on Chapman. Sorry,
So there might be one on both, actually, so it might not be as bad as we thought for the Buffs. Buffs will actually get the ball.
This had to be
Had to have been a late
goal.
hit or something
Right.
on Chapman. I didn't hear what the announcer said,
Right,
but
unless it be a face-off. So it must have been after the whistle. Extracurriculars again from this Chapman team. Looking like they're second of the game here in the second half. So it turns over to Colorado. It will be a 5-on-5.
So, okay, not as bad as we thought. Definitely a bit of luck there if you're Colorado getting that late hit from a Chapman player. John Roach going to try to come and do it himself. And Warden now get it on the outside and reset up to Che Gonzalez. Instead, he takes it himself. Ooh, a nice little juke there.
Little toe tag.
McElvaney's just dancing around him. McElvaney's still trying to get a shot if he can. He doesn't need a lot of room to do it. Roach now coming to trying to find a cutter. Hart-Wise almost has it. Still working to get a ground ball. Great ground ball from Chapman. Now Chapman will counter. Oh, a little one-on-one possibly coming. No, good defense there. Managing to get him out was Blake Sandman. Colorado getting their defensive set in. A big stop here. Just under 12 minutes left in this fourth quarter. Colorado up 14-12. Chapman working it around, doing a good job. Quick ball movement. But Colorado defense doing an even better job of switching over, getting a man on every time they have a ball. Chapman will set up top with Blake Lee taking it in. What a player's going to go down and a big goal. That's huge for Chapman. Makarov can't quite get to it.
Yeah, if you leave number 7 Dylan Gardner open for Chapman, he's going to score. He's their best offensive attackman, and he actually likes to invert. He plays a little bit up top. Usually when you invert, you have a midi going behind the net, but he loves to play up top, and oftentimes he'll draw a shorty that way. Ended up taking advantage there. The Colorado defender slipped. He just put it where Jensen Makarov couldn't save it.
That's been the story all day for this Chapman offense. Very capable of moving the ball, getting in their sets, but one-on-one, their athletes are just getting space and letting them fly.
Get another battle here. Vitale doing a little too much. I got a foul against him. Held it a little too long.
Little conversation here by the refs.
Trying to figure out what they're doing, but if this goes Chapman's way, Chapman has a player limping off right now. That'll be Parker Halabruda. We'll get him subbed off. But if Chapman does get this will be a huge swing. They're down 2, now only down within 1. They're going to get another chance to tie this up once again.
Not too sure what that conversation was about between the refs there. Looked like pretty standard withholding there from the faceoff guy for Colorado. Will be Chapman ball.
Well, Chapman, as they've done before, doing a good job. They've been down 3 on 3 separate equations. The first 2 times they've come back to either tie it or get a lead, actually. It's only a matter of time before one of these 2 teams gets some goals. It's just who can have the better defending opportunities. Oh, nice catch there. And a big mishandling there for Colorado because Chapman had an open player.
They absolutely did. They had that backdoor opportunity. Nice job dodging, spinning it, attacking the backside. Could have had an open look, just an errant pass. Result, Chapman turnover. Buffs take possession.
A little bit of luck for Colorado. Exactly what they needed as Makarov will take this one up. Sandman will cross the timeline, bring it into their attacking zone. Try to find someone. It's going to... McElvaney's being pressured pretty hard. Sandman's going to go all the way over to Roach. A lot of high pressure from Chapman here. Good, almost with a mishandle, but manages to get it. He'll go back up top to Gonzalez, who has another good catch. So Colorado took them a little bit of time, but now they're going to have time to reset into their offense, relax a little, and get a good possession here.
McElvaney's got a shorty. I don't know if they realize. Oh, and they switched. They got a pull on McElvaney right away. It was about 10 seconds there where he had a shorty. Chapman pretty quick to switch that.
Yeah, and they're going to go shorty to shorty against Roach once again, as we've seen most of this 4th and 3rd quarter. Roach is going to go for the shot. He'll go wide. Skata.
Roach displaying some great physicality. He'll get into those defensemen, and when there's a short stick guy who can't throw a check, wrap that around, look to see more of that from Johnny Roach.
Oh, yeah. Johnny Roach, not a big man. If he's low, he can really lower his shoulder and run with them. Defender can't quite get there with the shorty.
Great vision while he's buried up in those defensemen, too.
He's going to get another shot there. That one's going to go behind. Colorado again maintaining possession. Carter Escada doing such a good job of all these shots. Jake Gonzalez will get a rip. Go a little bit high. But Carter Escada doing a good job, always back, getting these balls and maintaining possession for Colorado. So big. This time Ryan Russell will take it back.
Buffs doing a good job attacking here. Not complacent with that 1-goal lead, nor should they be.
Now against Chapman, no lead is safe. Pretty important for Colorado, I'd say, if they get a goal here. Get as much cushion as they can. Jake Gonzalez going to try to do it himself. Good save. Zach Rich has looked solid today so far in this second half. He's had some big, big saves.
Yeah, really both goaltenders for Chapman have done a great job today. I mean, you look at the score and you see 14 goals given up, but they've made some pretty impressive saves. Against this Colorado offense, 14 goals is pretty good.
That's not bad at all, especially with this high-paced game.
Right.
A lot of counter. Ooh, that big hit there. Chapman team pretty mad about that hit from Jake Gonzalez. They thought it was a bit high.
Yeah, the ref was reaching. He had his hand in his pocket there. He decided not to throw it because it didn't look like he tried to do that on purpose, but he definitely got a crack up in the helmet. And again,
great individual play.
Dylan Gardner, that must be his 4th or 5th of the game, 2nd in a row here, single-handedly pulling this Chapman Panthers team back into this game with the Buffs.
And that's just a great individual play. Beats one, goes into the crease, player even slides over, and he just does a few little pump fakes.
I will say, Alec, that is a thing that has changed the game, with refs really doing a good job trying to take some of the violent collisions out of the sport, worrying about those high hits. It's harder to get over and stop a guy underneath those big physical slides that you could kind of rely on to prevent those individual unassisted type goals. Those are kind of getting out of the game. So tough by the Buffs. You'd love to see him get a body on, but I also don't envy these players trying to kind of exist in this new refereeing environment.
Yeah, no, I totally agree, and you can't really argue with it. You know, the refs try to take the concussions out of the game, and it's not only an issue in lacrosse, but it is tough for these defenders to now make a lot of legal hits. You know, you really got to put that shoulder right on the numbers, so you try to avoid all high hits.
At this level, these guys are running through stick checks. They're big. They're putting their time in the weight room. Like, these are talented athletes. At some point, like, the only way you're going to stop a guy from going to the goal is getting a nice body on him, and that's getting harder and harder to do.
Colorado with a big face-off win. They're going to take possession of this game again. Tied now at 14-14. Can't tell you how many ties we've had. A little bit of individual play. Jay Snell was trying to do that himself. Ben Warden will go back up top. He's going to find Stephen Cannon.
Yeah, Colorado will settle here. Jay Snell, more of a transition midi, definitely more of a defensive midi. He's on a lot of the wings for the faceoffs. I don't necessarily like that dodge and shot there. Luckily, Johnny Clayton was able to scoop up the loose ball for the Buffs.
Ben Willows is going to come in and immediately lose it. He tripped a little bit and lost the ball. Pretty unfortunate there. Chapman will be quick to counter if they can. Got a long pull up, and that was an amazing save by Makarov.
Wow, massive play there by Jensen Makarov. Not only to make that shot go wide, but then the backup to get the ball back for the Buffs. Absolutely massive play here in a tight game.
That's something that's underrated in Makarov. I think his ability and situational awareness really to know when to run back and get that ball. He's so good at getting that. And it's so helpful for your defense when you have a shot like that coming and you know no one's back. It's huge. Now Colorado gets it right back with another chance. 6 minutes, 30 seconds left in the game. McElvaney will set this one on top. Go ahead! Go high! Oh, goodness, Colin McElvaney! What a shot! Heat check! Colin McElvaney says, I'm going to do this. Oh, that's mine. You can't stop me. Good Lord.
Heat-seeking missile to that top right corner. That ball wanted to find that top right corner, and by God did he sting it up there.
Thank goodness he had an open lane, because that thing might have gone through someone that was standing in the way.
Goodness, this is a nice facility. He's going to break something if that misses. McElvaney with an amazing goal to put Colorado up 15-14 with 6 minutes and 30 seconds left in the game.
That's a confident shooter.
Absolutely, Nick. You're right with that. Huge individual effort by Colin McElvaney on that play.
Ball's up in the air. We're going to get a whistle. And it's going to go against Chapman. I mean, at what point does John Gallivan say, you can shoot it wherever you are, McElvaney? I mean, almost at any point, really. Just say, you know what, you have a shot, go for it. I don't care. Colorado has a lead now. They want to hold on if they can. Easier said than done. Gonzalez working it all the way over to Hart Wise.
Yeah, it'd also be interesting to see how quick these refs throw on that stalling call with a lead like that. Oh, and not.
McElvaney looked like he got a little turned around. Couldn't quite figure that out. But yes, it'll be interesting going forward stalling. Colorado, I mean, you're only up one. I don't think you should try and stall. You should try to add your lead if you can.
Gentlemen, I feel like we're going to see 4 or 5 more goals this game. This doesn't really feel like a stalling contest to me. So I could eat my words, but there's still going to be some high-paced lacrosse to be played here.
Plenty of time. Over 5 minutes left. Chapman now getting into their offense. They're going to try to get some personnel on. Chapman content to sit back a little there. I mean, they're only down 1. They've come back from 3 before. They have had no trouble on the offensive end. Gonna get beat 1 and a good stick check from Colorado just before he could get the shot off. We might get a call against Colorado. Oh no, we're gonna get a timeout. Okay, so Chapman will take a timeout there. They have the ball, just under 5 minutes to go. We're not going to take a break. I don't want to. I want to stay here. What do you guys see? We got just under 5 minutes left.
This Chapman offense was just doing a great job of moving the ball there. They were banging that ball around. And, again, number 7, Dylan Gardner, had a shot. Looked like it slipped out of his stick at the last second. But this Chapman offense is looking impressive as ever. I mean, it looks like they're going to draw something up. They might knot this game up again.
Now, they do a great job of honestly shrinking their splits a little bit. They're not super spread out. They just whip that ball and they attack backside. These guys move it. The ball is in and out of their stick. That puts tremendous pressure on a defense whose head is whipping around, trying to keep track of cutters, and the added pressure of having some great athletes that can do it themselves and initiate from dodges.
We've seen it before. A lot of backside goals coming in for the Panthers. Colorado, you can only work so hard before they find an open man when you're whipping it around, like you said. This will be an interesting possession. Galvin going to look to try to find something from their defense. It'd be a huge stop for them if they could get it.
We'll see when Chapman decides that it's time to put a little bit more pressure on the rides. Thus far, Buff's been able to clear pretty much uncontested. Surprising considering the difficulty that Chapman's experienced in the clearing game.
Right, 2 very different trains of thought. Colorado's all about the pressure ride, the 10-man ride, which is really the ultimate pressure ride. Chapman is content and letting it sit back and letting them get settled into that 6-on-6 game.
Well, after the reset, Chapman's going to get the ball. Just under 5 minutes left. We got a game on our hands. Colorado up 15-14, holding on to a 1-goal lead. Colorado leading for most of this game, but Chapman has always been out and always been close. Good stick check. That's exactly what you need if you're the Colorado defense. That's an amazing play from Ben Lukens, one of the leaders on this defense, doing it himself. Huge senior defenseman coming up with a huge play late in the biggest game of the season so far.
Penn says, I'm tired of you playing with my toy. I'll take it back.
Oh, and that's a bad turnover there by Jack Polk. Kind of just loses the ball. We'll send it right back. Ben Lukens going to have to come up big again. Just under 4 minutes now. Panthers again setting into their offense, getting another chance at Colorado. Three minutes and 30 seconds now. Chapman pretty content with passing it around, taking their time to find one. All you need is one right now if you're Chapman. A little bit of a fall. Chapman loses the ball. Colorado quick to double. And that one will go out of bounds. Chapman getting a little lucky there. Almost another bad turnover. Would have been Colorado.
That's about the 4th or 5th time that a player slipped on this turf.
This turf is it's different than the turf at Kit Field and most turfs. This is very, I guess refined. This is a brand new field. It's incredibly nice. Not used to it. Definitely if you're the Colorado players. As far as playing on this field, they're both away games. And a lot of play going on right in front of Jensen's net, and he will go get it himself in a great outlet pass. Colorado now going to move on the counter. Jay Snell's going to move it up himself. He's got players around him. He's going to find Carter Escada. Here's some of the fans saying, settle, calm down. I agree. Just under 3 minutes, you're up a goal. Take your time and try to find a shot. Jay Gonzalez on the far side will bring it around. Jay Gonzalez waiting to get some of his players in.
With the shorty.
That's how you do it, Jay Gonzalez. Like you said, you got the shorty. Do it yourself.
Massive play by Jay Gonzalez. Mick, and you called it out right before he shot it. He had a short stick. This Chapman defense clearly didn't recognize early enough. Kind of a transition opportunity. He found the shorty, brought him around X, and just stung it top right.
Such a quick release, too. As a goaltender, Jay Gonzalez kind of held up. You're not looking for that rip. Gonzalez recognizing without a 6-foot pole to reach out and cut off that shooting angle, he'll just rip it from the hip, beats the goaltender, catches him not looking.
Jake did a perfect job, especially with his body language. He didn't look like he was going to shoot that. He made the defender kind of play off a little, and then quick shot, boom. And that is huge for Colorado, up to 16-14 with 2 minutes and 30 seconds left in the game. Now Chapman are on their heels. They're going to have to do something big and quickly if they're going to get back in this. That's a ball still on the ground, and well, eventually Chapman looks like they're going to get it. A perfect start from them if they're going to want to have a chance.
Wow,
they lost
great takeaway check.
Lost something. Here comes Colorado on another big counter. We got a 3-on-4. John Roach is going to go back. Shot. Goal! Colorado scores again.
Individual effort. Kian Reno with the takeaway check. A little tink here in Matfield. Throw it down. Johnny Roach gave it back to him. You got to reward the big guy for making a play in center field. Oh my, 3 goals up for the Buffs. 2 minutes left.
The Buffs say, I'll take that to go, and you can supersize me, baby. Let's go, 17-14.
That's amazing from Kian Reno. Goes and does it himself. He gets a great stick check, loses the ball, and then he sees the counter. Colorado's so good at countering. We've seen it all year. John Roach gives him right back and takes a shot. And the Panthers need to take a timeout because Colorado is up 17-4 with 2 minutes left.
Such poise by the Buffs. Just because it's a precarious time in the game, fourth quarter, huge game. Way to still have faith in your transition game. Trust your sticks. Stick an easy one. Great job by the Buffs.
Yeah, and I got to applaud Johnny Roach again for rewarding Kian Reno coming back down. Great look. He ended up drawing his offender, tossed it to Roach. Roach fed him right back, and he was hungry and he was eating.
Nice to see him make a great defensive play at the midfield. Getting those takeaway checks in open space with a short stick, not easy.
Not easy. Yeah, it was really just a great check and great individual effort. And, I mean, it looked like Chapman was going to be able to go down on offense and maybe bring this into within a goal. But, again, these 2-goal swings that we're seeing today are all over the place. It's great.
Huge for Chapman. They won the faceoff eventually and had a chance to go only down 2. I mean, you have time to work it around, but now that's almost a dagger. I'm not quite. I wouldn't say it's a dagger. I mean, it'd be hard, but that's about it. 3 goals in 2 minutes.
Let me tell you guys a little story.
Oh, tell me, Big Al.
So this is back in 2012 up in Canada. The McGill Redmen were down 3 goals with 80 seconds left, and they came back and they scored, tied it, won it in overtime to go into the national championship game. So I tell this story. 3 goals in 2 minutes and 10 seconds, especially for a Chapman offense like this. It's easy.
It's been done.
So if you're Chapman, you're not worried at all. It's all one play at a time. You got to win this face-off and get it settled. You don't want to be thinking any farther than that.
Absolutely. You don't want the Buffaloes to be able to get into a settled possession because they do have the athletes to work it around, and you don't want to have Chapman be forced to be in a takeaway situation, but they have plenty of time. They just need to make sure that they take advantage of the opportunities when they get them.
This place is rocking, guys.
Getting loud now, cheering on their team. Plenty of fans out here at the indoor practice facility. Just over 2 minutes left for Chapman. Oh, that's big. Vitale getting a huge face-off win with the hold from Chapman. Now Colorado bringing it up. Oh, losing the ball a little bit. It's Jay Snell. Oh, the ball's on the ground. Colorado player goes down.
It was a
great
big check
by Chapman.
Yeah, number 20, Nolan Crossan, with a great check there to take the ball away. Wow, Colorado got the timeout right before he went out of bounds. Heads-up play by Coach John Galvin to get that timeout right before the Colorado player fell out of bounds here in the corner.
So now just under 2 minutes. Bound to get about that time for Colorado. Don't get too excited, fans.
It'll be
What did you say,
interesting.
80 seconds? Was
Yeah,
that
3 goals in
story?
80 seconds.
Okay.
Quite a tale for the McGill Redmen.
Quite a
up
tale.
north in Montreal.
You're a natural storyteller.
Absolutely. It'll be interesting to see here, Nick, if you're Chapman, do you come out and do you double this ball right off the bat to try to create some confusion?
Yes. I don't know if you have much of a choice. The question is, who are you going to stick your goaltender on? Because Johnny Roach has been tearing up your best defensive midfielders. So with the Buffs' talent on offense, that double team is going to come at a huge price, and we'll see who the Chapman goaltender is going to have to square up with. But as Chapman, I don't think you have a choice. You got to have the guys not involved on the ball lock off and see if you can generate a turnover. It'll be interesting to see who the Buffs give the ball, who they want LeBron in this one.
Right, who takes the ball in this, and it'll be starting right around GLE. So if you're Chapman, it'll be super important to force that defender through X underneath the goal. If you give up topside in this situation, it's over because he'll just throw it in the empty net.
And fortunate that it's starting below GLE, so the double is at least an opportunity for Chapman, because if that ball starts somewhere where the ball carrier has a shot on net, your double opportunity is severely limited.
Yeah, we'll see what they do here coming out of this timeout. Massive, massive play.
Oh, what a game. Great game.
Yeah, we got two of the MCLA's best here in Boulder today. What a treat.
Glad we got to see it. For those of you who don't know, or just tuning in maybe just to catch the end of the game, there's a fire in Boulder County earlier today, and because of the smoke, almost all outdoor activities have been canceled or moved. So we are now at the indoor practice facility, new facility made for the football team here in Colorado. Everyone did a really good job. All the equipment's moved over. Everyone managed to make it. All the fans still making it out. So just happy to even be watching this game.
So, Nick, we talked about it. Johnny Roach here with the double. Wow, check right away.
Perfect.
Perfect double there by Chapman. That's exactly what you want if you're that double. Johnny Roach was kind of in a corner, really didn't have an opportunity to do anything, but perfect double.
Wasn't even paying attention. So now Chapman coming out. They got to get something quick, trying their best. Well, and there you go. Okay, that's one. That's one.
That's a big boy play right there.
You have the ball, get the stick check, you take it down, take 15 seconds off the clock.
Chapman came all the way out here, and they came to play lacrosse. They're not going to go down without a fight. Excellent goal, low to high. Tucking that one right up under the crossbar. Nighty-night ball. I'll feel free to tuck you in.
Yeah, I mean, that took 20 seconds off the clock. From the double to have them scoring 20 seconds for a goal. Now resets here at the X. This is a absolutely huge face-off. Yep.
It was huge for Vitali. It's been good all day.
Check the LSM. Let's go. Go, Simbo. Come on, buddy.
Vitali's got good body movement. That's going to be a foul.
Yeah.
There you go. Vitali doing a really good job of getting his body turned the other way. So there's really only one thing the Chapman player could have done. Huge face-off win. And that hit the ref. So fans mad. That hit the ref and went out of bounds.
I've never seen that before.
No, absolutely. And the fans are upset, but the ref is part of the field of play. So, if he does get hit with the ball, it's still in play. And it's unfortunate for the Buffs. Let's see if Chapman can take advantage. About minute 5 left and counting, down 2 goals. Their best player, Dylan Gardner, with the ball on the side.
1 minute remaining. Chapman's going to have to sum pretty quickly here. They're going to run out of time. Colorado doing a good job. They're going to have to come something quickly. Chapman running out of time, 45 seconds. Dylan Graff getting double teamed. He's going to lose the ball. Colorado picks it up. Clearing it for Colorado's Cameron Babin going all the way down. Taking all the way down, long pole. And he's just going to smartly pass it off to Carter Escada. Well, there will be a turnover, but that's still a huge defensive play. Cameron Babin, or Stephen Cannon, sorry.
Dylan Gardner.
He was knocked down.
Well, now there's 20 seconds. I don't know if you have any stories about people scoring 2 goals in 20 seconds for Colorado. All but seal it with that. Ben Wharton is going to take it into a corner. And Colorado's going to win this game 17-15 in front of their home crowd, Boulder, Colorado. 3, 2, 1, that's all.
Absolutely massive win today here for the Buffs, cementing that they are still one of the best teams in the MCLA. All season long, they wrote them off after that first weekend. They make a statement here today with this Chapman win. Nick, thoughts?
The difference in this game, transition. I've talked about the Buffs' pressure ride all day. Chapman was unable to move the ball down the field consistently, get in 6-on-6, and do what they wanted to do. They had some chances late, but they trusted Dylan Gardner. Great player, had a great day. Was reluctant to use his teammates there. Get a turnover, Buffs go down, game over.
huge win for Colorado here in their home field. Colorado getting the win 17-15, a high-scoring game. But Buffalo's grinding all day long, getting a huge win.
And again, a lot of credit has to go to Coach John Galvin and the coaching staff. Such a weird day with the outdoor game being canceled earlier, and there's a lot of outside noise going on, and it took a lot for these Buffs to focus and to play one of the best teams in the country, the defending national champions. And Coach John Galvin, his team didn't flinch. They stepped in here, they played their game, come out with a massive W here in Boulder, Colorado.
These guys wanted this one now. Players were anxious, had a great game Thursday evening, and then had a couple long days this weekend. Beautiful weather in Boulder to just think about getting out on this field and taking care of business. Great team win for the Colorado Buffaloes. Defense played well. Great effort from your goaltender. Good job executing. Offense comes through when they need it. A lot of big plays by some big players. This is a statement win for this team.
Huge win. Can't say it enough. Colorado doing a great job. Well, your Colorado lacrosse team will be back at Kittredge Field against Liberty on Friday at 6 p.m. and then again on Saturday against Utah State at 2:30. As always, we will be live streaming those home games, and hopefully we can get back out to Kittredge Field where we normally play. Colorado getting a great win. Stay tuned. We're going to try to get an interview with one of the players, see if we can talk to them about what their thoughts are on this huge win. Don't go anywhere. We'll stick around. Thanks for tuning in. Great game. Okay, who do we want, guys? Who do we want to interview?
Go down to that interview, make sure you take the flag off.
You still with us here in Boulder, Colorado. We're going to try to get an interview with one of the players. See what we can get. I think we're going to try to get Jake Gonzalez. We'll have our main man, Nick Burns, on the call. We'll send it over to you when we can. But like I said before, Colorado getting a huge win. Was it 17-15, Alec?
Yeah, we can't say it enough. It was just an absolutely massive win for the Colorado Buffs today. The Chapman Panthers coming in.
Okay, we got Jake Gonzalez coming over to talk to Nicholas Burns. We're going to send it over to Nick here real quick. There we go. Back to you, Nick.
Jake, what were some of the keys to that game? A great Buffalo victory. You guys came out, were firing, and got a good win for the program.
Yeah, I think we just needed to come out and play a full four-quarter game. We knew Chapman, they're a great team, bunch of athletes, bunch of great players. We knew it was going to be a hard battle. We knew it was going to be either a high-scoring or low-scoring game. So, it's just a four-quarter game. It was a full team effort.
Excellent job. With some great finishes inside, some individual effort. Seeing the net well today, was inside a challenge for you guys? I know we had to move a little bit from Kit Field. Was that a little bit of a transition?
I think so. And, one thing, we had to warm up in the rec center with tennis balls. We didn't really get to shoot before the game. So I think that was a little bit of a change, but we were just amped, ready to go. I don't really think it mattered, where we were playing. We were ready to go.
Great win by the Buffs. How much does this mean going forward as kind of a statement win for you guys, where you are as a team as we kind of push into the middle second half of the season?
It's a huge one for us. Like I said, Chapman's a top 10 team. They're great. RMLCs are right around the corner, and, we got, a couple top 10 teams in there as well. So this was much needed, and, we just got to build off this.
Great. You played great. Great team win. Appreciate your time, Jake. Go celebrate the victory.
Thanks, Nick.
Thanks, boys.
Thank you, Nick. We'll get that interview with Jake Gonzalez. That's going to about wrap up the show for us today. Colorado getting a huge win. Shout out to everyone working at the indoor practice field. Like Jake said, they had to warm up at the rec center with tennis balls, but we managed to get a game of lacrosse out to everyone, and a good one at that.
Yeah, you're going to be reading about this one on Monday. This was just an absolutely great game all around. Kudos to Chapman to be able to, adjust to these settings as well. And, what looked like a bleak day with the cancellation of the outdoor game earlier really turned out to just a beautiful game of lacrosse. The MCLA, they got to be happy with this one.
Oh, you have to. Well, for all you viewers out there that are still left, tune in next Friday to watch Liberty at 6 p.m. Hopefully we'll be back at Kittredge Field. That's going to be all. I am Cyrus Allen here with Nick Burns and Alec Russo. So that's going to be all for us today. Have yourself a good Sunday evening.